Welcome. My name is Dr. Marsha Carter McLean, and I am your host for the 2.0 Grandma Show. This is a show for grandmas, about grandmas, and by a grandma. So, welcome. I'd like to introduce my very special guest, Dr. Rashida Mims. Now, she says I do not have to call her doctor, but I know how hard you have to work for that, so I'm calling her doctor. Okay? You just have to deal with it, okay? All right. No, I'm going to be
Okay.
nice. It's whatever you want me to call it. That's fine. I'm just teasing you. But I'm so delighted that you are here this afternoon with me. And I really appreciate your time and energy. And I know you could probably be somewhere else, out of the country, wherever, being the travel diva that you are. Okay. So
You're too
that's what we're
kind.
going to talk about today. I want to hear all about you. I want to hear about your grandchildren, all of that. And then I want to hear about this special thing that you're doing with your life right now, this chapter of your life. Okay. It's all about that travel and your art collaborative and all of that. Okay. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Oh, yeah. It's my pleasure. So tell us a little bit about you. Who is Rashida Mims?
Rashida Mims is a native Washingtonian, born and raised, grew up in Northwest DC, and I live in beautiful Southeast Washington, DC now. I have been afforded the luxury of
Mhm.
travel for many, many years now, many years. And I've had a career in government, a career in private industry. Um, I had my own business for almost 20 years in Adams Morgan,
Oh,
DC.
wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah. A
Yes.
place called Sun Gallery
Ah,
Goldsmiths for in the late 80s, early 90s, mid
uh-huh.
90s. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
highlight different artists and things like that? Is that what you did? Tell us about that a little bit.
Well, it was it was a two business venture.
Uh-huh.
It was a jewelry store called Sun Gallery
Ah,
Goldsmiths. My
ah,
husband was a renowned, very distinguished jewelry designer. He
oh
studied in
my.
Africa. He studied in Europe.
Oh
And
my.
we had a jewelry store. We did fine jewelry with gems and amber and for many, many years in Adams Morgan.
Huh.
He started with an art gallery called Sun Gallery. And
Ah.
so it expanded to add the Sun Gallery Goldsmiths. And then we had a place called 1800 Belmont Arts,
Uh-huh.
where we invited about 10 artists from around the DC area. They each had their
Mm-hmm.
own individual shops within a
Hmm.
brownstone at 18th and Belmont Road Northwest. Yeah.
Wow. Now
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, do I know where that is?
Mhm.
We have a place in oh, what is that little area? Well, I know you know, but I'm trying to visualize it. It's Calvert Street,
Okay.
Northwest,
Okay.
over in that area. Is
Okay.
that nearby there?
That's nearby. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay,
nearby.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
We
I
were
need to walk
between like
those
Columbia
historical
Road.
grounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were near Columbia Road,
Yes.
Connecticut Avenue, and within that
Yes.
area. Yeah.
In that same corridor. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful over there. And the park is
Mhm.
right there. I've tried to walk that park. There's this really steep. Oh my God. And I said, okay. And I kept watching it, I just kept looking. I said, I'm gonna get that here. I'm gonna get that here. I'm gonna walk that here. And finally I did. It was really tough though, I tell you, but
Oh,
it's
wow.
beautiful down there. It's
Mhm.
beautiful in that park
Mhm.
down there. There used to be a
Mhm.
song. Was it by Frankie Bell? Who was by about Rock Creek Park?
Oh,
You
okay,
remember that
that part.
song?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm. Music
And
is
I
my
always loved that.
jam.
Yes. I always loved that because I remember being in college and what the guy that was like the band, what do you call the guy, the head of the band, the one that did all the dance, drum major, that guy,
Okay,
the one
yeah,
that
yeah,
did all the
yeah.
dancing and
Uh-huh.
everything and
Yes,
led the band.
yes.
They had a concert there one time and I went to see it and I was
Mm.
like, wow. So I've always loved that area just because of that. It brought back such beautiful fall, memories,
Oh,
easy
yeah.
days, back
Oh,
in the
yeah.
day, as they say.
Yeah, I used to think myself as the mayor of Adams Morgan. I mean, I thought I was
Uh,
running something back then
yeah.
because we were kind of groundbreaking in what we did in the
Ah,
80s,
uh-huh.
to have an African American establishment right there, just growing and thriving.
Uh-huh. And that's a
And
very prominent area. And
yeah,
I didn't realize that until one of my friends said, when I told her where I live, she said, "Oh, they call that the Gold Coast." And I said, "Oh, well, excuse me. I didn't know that. I'm not from DC, but you would
yeah,
know that." Right?
that's not exact. The Gold Coast is a little further up 16th Street. We were at 8th
Ah,
and
okay.
and
Okay.
it was pretty much called Adams Morgan.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
see, she's that's what she said. I'm like, well, I didn't know, but anyway, but I just know
Uh-huh.
it's a beautiful area. So
Yes, it
now tell
is.
me about your grandkids. How long have you been a grandma, and
We are,
how many grandkids? Tell me all of that.
I'm happy to tell you all that. I brag about them all the time.
I know that's
My
right.
oldest grandson is 15 years, he's almost 16. He'll be 16 in August.
Is he
So I
16?
have been a grandmother for almost 16 years.
I
His name
remember
is
when he was a
Antoine.
little boy. I think I met
No, that's
Egypt.
yep. That's get out of here. I have four grandchildren. One of them is over here right now, pouring
Okay, telling you what to do.
American.
Right,
He was helping me out. He's my technical support.
right out the same.
Okay, so Antoine is almost 16.
Uh-huh.
Ali, the one you just saw.
Yes, Ali. I remember him when
Okay,
he was a baby.
Ali is 9, going on
Mm.
10.
Mm.
I have Phoenix, a grand.
Yes, yes,
She's
yes.
3. She'll going
Ah,
on 4.
wow.
And my newest grandbaby is 8 months.
Oh
Her
my.
name is Lotus, and she's
Ooh, I
in New
love
York with my
that.
son. My son and his partner
Ah.
Amaris have a beautiful little Lotus. Oh, she's adorable. So
Oh,
they
I
range in
bet she
age from
is.
8 months to 15 years old, and I
Wow.
they're
Wow,
fast.
that's so beautiful. And we have a new baby too in my family, new grandbaby in my family that's 21 months old. So I know, honey, I
You
know you're
know,
having a good time with that.
oh yeah, I go up. When she was first born, she was a preemie, so I was
Mm-hmm.
going up to
Mm-hmm.
see her in the hospital, and when she was able to come home, it was just such a beautiful thing. And so
Yes.
take the train up to New York every month to go and see her.
Yes. Oh,
Mhm.
that's beautiful. Yeah. There's nothing like that. The
They're coming
grandchildren are,
down May
oh
the
my.
20th. They're visiting DC for the first time,
Oh
May the
wow. With
20th.
the baby. Okay.
Yes, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So, I'm so happy that you're on here with me because I see your pictures on your photos or your pics, I think is how they refer to it, on Facebook and Instagram, one or the other, all the
Mhm.
time with the places that you're going. I'm like, why didn't you tell me you were going in? So I could go because I want to do some traveling. I really do. And my son has gone to Ghana and he loved, loved, loved it. And so when I saw, that you went there, and then I always wanted to go to Cuba, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh my God, I want to hang out with her. So I want you to tell us all about those beautiful trips that you've taken, and I want to hear, because Ghana, that year of, what was it, the year of the
The year of
return,
return.
right? That was
Year of return.
2019.
Hmm.
Uh, I was so enamored by that whole idea, that whole concept. And so
Hmm.
many people went to Ghana during that time. That was a brilliant idea. But not only that was it brilliant, but it was also very much like I would imagine if I were there, it would be like coming home. It would give you this sense of relief, security, something. I don't know. So you tell us about your experiences.
Okay, gladly, gladly. I had the pleasure of going to Ghana 2 times in less than a year
Mm,
with a beautiful sister. You probably know her. Her name is Juanita Britton. She has an organization, or a travel portion of one
ah,
of her businesses is called BZB, Off the Beaten Path
off
Tours. Off
off
the
the
Beaten
beaten
Path.
path towards.
Yes,
Okay.
off the beaten path. And she put together an itinerary that's just like fast paced. We have an opportunity to do some what would be considered mission work, or work
Mm-hmm.
within a village,
Oh,
where
nice.
Juanita has built a library. I do some volunteer work for one of her nonprofits,
Uh-huh.
and it's called LEAP. And what we've done is we are promoting literacy and education in
Wonderful.
in West Africa, particularly in Ghana.
Oh
So
my.
we, like I
How
said,
beautiful is that? Oh
yeah,
my.
established the
Yes.
library, and now our next main goal there is to do a Wi-Fi tower. So we're in the process of looking at funding options to be
Uh-huh.
able to do a cell tower so that the internet will be available in the library and in the school in that area. That'll open up
Nice.
a whole world of young people
Yes.
there. And
Yes.
so that's
Yes.
exciting.
Yeah,
But
that's very exciting. And what age group is the literacy
oh,
project
it's
focused on?
all ages right now,
Okay.
from elementary school up through what we would be considered high school, as
Okay.
well as adult literacy, because
Ah.
there is an issue with adult literacy uh,
Mm-hmm.
there as well. So we want to
Okay.
tackle all of those issues.
Wonderful. Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
really exciting
it
too.
is. It is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but along with that kind of work that makes us feel good and we know that we can be supportive in that community, we also party. We went to
Mm-hmm.
clubs, we went to some of the finest restaurants in
Mm.
Accra. We stayed in the Coconut Grove Beach Resort on the
Mm.
on the Atlantic Ocean in Ghana. I mean, images of the beach and the ocean and horses, and
Yes.
it's beautiful. Artisans right along the beach, selling their wares and
Uh-huh.
showing us how they do tie dye or how they do
Oh
stamping.
my.
So
So
it's
not only cultural but educational as
yes,
well. Wow.
absolutely. We go to
Mm.
museums while we're there. We visited the Cape Coast dungeons where our enslaved ancestors were shipped. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm.
and but one of the really fascinating stories that I was told was that our ancestors really believe in our spirits being connected and continuous, and how even though they were forced to leave and be enslaved, that they long to come home. And
Mm.
through us, when the Ghanaians see us African Americans coming back to Ghana, they see us as their ancestors returning home.
Oh my
It's
God, how
so beautiful.
beautiful.
They make you feel as
Oh
if
my
you are
God.
so welcome and just a part of the family. It's a fabulous culture.
And see, that's what I
Wonderful.
was talking about. There's got to be, I think Steve Harvey kind of talked about, he characterized his trip when he went and how it made him feel. And I'm thinking, well, it's got to be this connection there where you
Yes,
feel like you're
you
connecting
do.
with your
You do.
ancestors there. And, you're the second person that I've heard say that.
Mhm.
That's got to be a beautiful feeling, overwhelming. Oh my God.
It
Yes.
sort of eases some of the pain of what you see
Mm,
in the
mm,
dungeons. You see where
mm.
our ancestors were put in these tiny little cells and then shipped off. And that's so painful, and you
Oh,
cry
yes.
when you see that. But then when you know through the voice of another Ghanaian who tells you, "Oh no, they wanted to come back, and it's because of you they're back."
Mm. They get a
It
chance to come
really,
back home. Oh
yes.
my God, that is
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
isn't it? Yeah.
Just the thought of that
Mhm.
makes you want to tear up, just
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
And
that
so the
is beautiful.
food, the
Yeah.
music, the people, it's a vibrant country. It's one of
Mm.
my favorite. It's one of my top five.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and my
Just
brother has gone to Ghana as well. He actually stayed there for a while. I think he was there maybe about 6 months. He
uh-huh.
really said he wanted to kind of immerse himself in the culture, the people,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that
Hmm.
to just see how it was. And yeah, so yeah, I'm sure
It's
the two of you could
definitely.
have some wonderful conversations. He loves,
Oh
loves,
yeah,
loves
we can
Ghana.
talk about it,
Yes, yes,
sure. Yeah,
yes.
it's a place of the African nations that I've had the good fortune to visit. It is the one nation that I could live there. I
Mm,
could
mm.
absolutely live there. If my family could all come with me,
Right, right. That's the hard part, right?
I
Yeah,
can't leave
yeah,
them. I'm not
yeah.
leaving them, but
Yeah,
my
that's the hard part. Yeah, everybody would have to go because
I know.
there's this movement of I think they call themselves the expats,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
right? And
Us.
so and they say, but the only problem is you miss your family there.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
want to interview one of those women because there's one woman that moved to Panama, I think she said.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's been some fascinating. And then one woman is in Ecuador, and so just wonderful beautiful places that you see on the map, you see pictures online and that sort of thing,
Sure.
but people are actually moving there and they talk about the quality of life is so much better. So yeah,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I'd love to interview them as well. But
Uh,
anyway, what I want you next to tell us about is Cuba, because you
oh,
guys look like you were having a lot of fun
yeah,
in that
you saw some
convertible.
of
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
I'm
So
telling
let's
you.
take a little quick break and then we'll come back and I want to hear all about
Okay.
Cuba.
Ex-
Okay. All right. All right. So, yes, please tell us all about Cuba.
Ah,
Oh,
Cuba, Cuba, Cuba. Cuba, I've had the opportunity to go to Cuba 5 times.
what?
Yes. Been to Cuba. I mean, that's like a second home to me. It
Oh,
all
my.
started when I found out about an international jazz festival that they do that has been
Ah,
going on for over 35 years, consecutively, except, of course, when everything stopped,
right, 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 right.
during C.
Mm-hmm.
And I love jazz. I love food, travel. What better place? So I had
Yes.
first trip to Cuba maybe 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And I couldn't stop going. After
Oh,
that one
my.
time, the music venues that, I mean, it would just blow your mind. Sometimes the music, you'd go outside, sometimes in a big amphitheater inside. It just, it's awesome. The food
Wow.
in Cuba. Oh my goodness. The fish, the seafood, everything is just
Mm,
it's delicious.
mm,
Delicious. The people, I don't speak Spanish, but I was traveling with a small group of people, and there
mm-hmm,
was always one person who was able to speak Spanish. So
mm-hmm.
okay, that's helpful if you're going to.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes, yes.
very, very helpful.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like
so
you're
with the
stepping
travel,
back in time. You're
uh-huh,
stepping back in time because the buildings are pretty much untouched on the facades
uh-huh,
of the building.
uh-huh.
Inside has been renovated to some of the most beautiful galleries and restaurants you've ever seen.
Ah.
All of the cars are like 50s.
Yes, I saw
Yeah,
you guys in the
50s.
convertible. Yeah,
Chevys,
the
50
big,
Chevy.
what was it, 59, 50? So
Yeah.
I know it was a
It was
50.
50. It was
Yeah,
a 50.
it was a 50. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The year I was born.
Wow. Right.
Oh, yeah, that was a good year.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, it was
Wow.
fabulous.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it was, I was like, wow, look at them. That was a
hmm
gorgeous picture.
The
And
end
everybody looked so happy.
I know. And an interesting story about when you say people look so happy, you hear stories about, oh, oh, Cuba, oh, it's communist or whatever. The people are so are content with the things that they have. You see couples holding hands, like
Mm,
young adults dating. You see them here. I don't see a lot of that. Of
mm,
people who are at outdoor concerts or um, young people going on dates, holding hands, acting as if they're, like being romantic.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
overly so, but just nice and sweet.
Uh-huh.
You see
Uh-huh.
a lot of that in Havana. You see a lot
Uh-huh.
of that. Music is played outside. Art is everywhere. There's a fabulous place where I like to buy art. I've had some opportunities to buy art to resell, and that
Mm-hmm.
was fun. That's
Mm.
always fun to me, looking
Mm-hmm.
at art, meeting artists,
Mm-hmm.
bringing some of their
Mm-hmm.
work back to the States and letting others enjoy it, you know.
Mm. Yeah, that sounds really beautiful. Oh my God. And
You,
so Cuba, Ghana, where else have you been?
uh, you know, um, I've been to over 50 countries. I've
Wow.
gone to, I'm missing two continents so far. I've gone to Asia, um,
Uh-huh.
Europe, North America, South America. Haven't yet gone to Australia or Antarctica, but
Uh-huh.
all over Europe. I mean, places
Ah.
as remote as Bratislava in Slovakia
Oh my.
to, oh, the places that most people go, like Italy and Spain and
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Paris and
Uh-huh.
those places, Germany.
Uh-huh.
Um, in
Wow.
Africa, I've been to Morocco, Kenya,
Ooh.
Nigeria,
They
Ghana,
don't call you the travel diva for
Senegal,
nothing, right?
Egypt. Egypt. Oh, Egypt was one of my
Egypt, Egypt. Yeah, and
top
I think I
five.
saw a picture of Amber
Mhm.
in Egypt,
Mhm. A
right?
picture
Yes,
of my daughter
yes,
Egypt in Egypt.
yes,
Yes.
yes. Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
that's one of my top five. But believe it or
Mm,
not, China is in my
mm,
top five.
mm.
Hong Kong and Shanghai. Oh my God.
Now,
Beijing.
have you written a book about your travels?
No. Been too busy traveling to write the book
Right.
about travel. But there is a sister, Jessica Nabango.
Uh-huh.
She has visited every country in the world. When I say every country in the world, every country that the United Nations officially calls a country,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
195 countries. She's been to every one of them. Her book is called Catch Me If You Can. You got to,
Ooh,
that's the book.
I
It's by
love that.
Jessica Nambango.
Uh-huh.
That's the book.
Huh. That is,
Yeah, yeah.
catch me if you can. I love that. I
Catch
love
me
that.
if you can.
Yes, 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 yes. But I appreciate you sharing this with us because there's so many people, especially grandmas. Like I was talking to a grandma last night, and she was
Mhm.
saying, I was interviewing her for the book, right? For my book
Mhm.
about grandmas.
Oh, yes.
And she was saying I asked her one of the things she wanted to do, and she said she wanted to travel. She said, "But I'm scared." And I said, "Well, why are you scared?" I said, because I think I asked about dreams or something. Maybe that was the question. And she said, "I want to travel." And she said, "But I'm scared." And I said, "Well, why are you scared?" She said, "Because I haven't been to any other countries before, and now with everything the way it is, I'm a little bit intimidated." I said, "Well, you need to talk to Dr. Mims." I said, "My guest tomorrow." I said, "Because she's been
Absolutely.
all kinds of places. I know
Mhm.
you travel the world. I didn't know exactly where that was. A couple of places I know." And I said, "But she's been all over the world." I said, "She can tell you firsthand. It's
Right,
different when you read about it, but when somebody can tell you firsthand,
right.
about these different places, it might put you at some ease or something."
Absolutely.
So I might have to have you on a Zoom and we just invite ladies that may be interested. So you can tell
Uh-huh.
us about that because people
Absolutely. Glad
really,
to.
yeah,
Mhm.
people really need to know.
Right.
Because again, a lot of people right now, people are a little bit intimidated, by it and that sort of thing, by travel. And then some are just afraid to come out of their comfort zone. And
True.
so Grandma's 2.0 is all about coming out of your comfort zone. Okay. We are
Mhm.
not the
Yes,
same.
it is.
We are
I
not the
love it.
grandmas that used to be. Okay. We're not like the other grandmas or the grandmas of the past. We're a
No.
lot different. And so I believe that, I think she would do it. And like I told her, maybe you want to work with the group. And that way
Absolutely.
you're
That's the
not by
way
yourself.
that,
Hmm.
that way you have your own little group to work within while
Right.
you're traveling to various locations versus solo travel.
Right.
Mm,
And maybe she'll feel a lot safer. Maybe that would be it.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I would
Yeah.
advise that.
Yeah. And she lives in the Northern Virginia area, so,
Okay.
it wouldn't be hard to make that connection. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I just love the fact that you're doing all this. Where's your next country or place you're gonna go?
Well, I just have a small trip planned in November, not until
Hmm.
November.
Hmm.
There's a black owned resort in Negril in Jamaica called the Tree, something Tree. It's a black owned resort. And I can't wait to go there. Yeah, it's
Oh
on the
my
beach
God!
it's on
Oh
the
my
beach
God!
in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, in the grill. No, so I that's so funny
Mhm.
because I was talking to another grandma who has family in Jamaica, and so she was taking pictures, and she was on the beach, and I'm like, "Girl, where are
Mhm.
you?" And she lives in Canada, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Where are you?" I said, "No, I didn't ask where you." I said, "I need to come to Canada because those beaches are beautiful." She said, "That's not Canada." She said, "I'm in Jamaica," and I said, "Where in Jamaica?"
Oh,
And she
oh
said,
my
not far
goodness.
from the grill. She said, my
Uh-huh.
family is, and she called the name of that area, but I don't remember. And she said, but and I said, she said, well, if you need to go somewhere, you need to go to Jamaica. Because I
Uh,
said, I need an eat, pray, love experience, right?
oh
she
my goodness.
said,
Jamaica could give you that.
and that's what she said. She said, well, you need to go to Jamaica. She said,
It
I
could
know
give
this
you
family
that.
has a bread and breakfast. She said, but there is a black owned resort in the
Mhm.
grill. You should check
Yeah.
it out. I'm like, really?
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so you're
I
the
think
second
it's
person to say that.
treetop. I'll clarify that for
Yeah,
you.
please,
Make
and
sure.
let me know.
Let you
Yeah,
know.
I'd love to check that out because I have a
Mhm.
couple of other ladies, grandmas, who said they are interested in going somewhere as well.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so, and I said I want to go, and I want to stay about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I don't want to go for a
Oh,
week. I don't want, I don't
oh,
want to
you
try to
want to stay
squeeze
a
it in. I
long
want
time.
to
Girl,
stay and just, yes, I
then
want to
you can go all
enjoy it. I
over
want to
Jamaica
immerse
if
myself. Yes,
you're there
yes,
that length of time. Sure.
yes, yes, and that's what I want to do.
Fantastic.
And I've never done anything like that, so that's why I call it my eat, pray, love experience.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Yeah, that's definitely what I want to do. So I'm
no,
excited.
I know that BZB Off the Beaten Path Tours is going to Cuba soon. It's planning that organization is planning trips to Senegal, and I think I'm going to see when that trip. I love Senegal. Oh my God,
Uh-huh.
that's a wonderful country in West Africa. Only
Okay,
8 hours. It only takes you 8 hours to get there.
that's all. And
That's all.
Busy Bee, I think I met her when we
Mhm.
were at the concert.
Yes, you
Yes.
did. You
Okay.
did. Oh
Okay,
yes, this
great.
is her
Good, good,
travel
good.
company. Yeah.
Okay, and it's
Mhm.
Juanita
Juanita Britton, and
Britton.
it's BZB Off the Beaten Path Tours.
Okay. Off the
Yeah.
beaten path. Okay, great.
Hmm.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate you
Okay.
coming on with us. I appreciate you sharing all of this information with us. And
Absolutely.
we're just so delighted to know you. And thank you for always being so open and
Oh,
receptive to things that I ask you to do and, sharing
oh,
with the world. I really appreciate it. And the
oh.
reason I do that is because I think it's so important that not only does the world know that grandmas are not invisible, that we are out here, we're doing things, but also grandmas themselves, because a lot of us will kind of, well, my role, oh, my time is, our time
Mhm.
is not up, honey. This is the time
Oh
to do the things you want to do,
no. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
A golden opportunity here.
For real.
So we want people to know that, that's what we want.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's
we
what Grandmas
spread that
2.0
word.
is all about. Yes. And so I
Hmm.
thank you so much. And
Oh,
I will
thank
stay in
you.
touch with you and tell all the kids and the grandkids I tell hello, tell you girls I love them.
I
And
will.
we'll see you soon. Thank you for being on today.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Thank
before
you
we go,
again.
I think
Oh, yeah.
we got your social media handle. Anything else? Any last minute tips you
Mm,
want to leave
just
or
just
advice for travel?
enjoy your life.
Hello.
The best is yet to be.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Take care.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye.